Hello guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we have a makeup tutorial. It's been a minute we had that on this channel, so yeah, we are going to do that right now. All product details will be in the description box, but I will still try to explain because right now I'm using my micellar water to clean her face, and also I'm trying to carve her brows. So what I just do is I remove the excess under the brows. I don't take too much, just according to the natural brows of the person. That's how I cut my brows. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. And I always tell my students, your brows is like the best gift you give your clients, because that is what you are leaving them with. So once I'm done with this, I'm cleaning her face, and now I'm going to my Miro Badesco spray. I'm sprinkling that all over her face just to give her the hydration and the moisture I need. And once I am done with that, I went straight into my Blossom moisturizer. This moisturizer is tea, guys. Like, it's one of the best moisturizer. If you apply enough, the person's face will be as moisturized as you long as you want. Right now I'm going into this primer. This is a Gentle Dove primer. It is a mattifying primer. It is actually very good. It's very nice. It's just that you need to apply not too much, not too little. You have to just know the appropriate amount to apply on the face to just give you that mattifying look that you want. And here for my model, I'm not applying too much. To proceed, I'm going into my Maron toner, and I'm using this toner on top of the primer I used on her face. This is just to give me that mattifying effect that I really need. And I try to use my Maron after my primer because I notice that it peels off if I use my toner before my primer. So that is that. Right now I'm jumping into my foundation, and I'm using my Huda foundation in the shade chocolate truffle. Yes guys, can you see that skin match? I actually thought that it was a bit dark, but I know that it is better to use a dark foundation and you brighten it up with your concealer, your highlighters and all that, to have a light foundation and try to balance it. That is always very tricky. Yeah, so but at the end of the day, on checking this foundation, it was just the perfect selection for our face. And now I'm using my Zaron blush in Shiki. Yes, I use that to just apply a little bit of color to her face. And right now I'm using my Kelvin Akon concealer to highlight her face. Yes, so I'm applying this on her under eyes, also the top of her head, that's her forehead, her chin, and also the bridge of her nose. Yeah, so guys, you want to make sure that you are using the appropriate and the safest color for your client. You don't want them to be looking too bright, you don't want them to be looking too dark. And guys, I don't know if you noticed something in this video. When I'm currently working on my clients or my model's face rather, can you see that her face looks brighter, but when I move to the back it looks darker? Yes, that's another thing about color and lighting. Like, it is so crazy. Like, see how bright her face is looking now. If I move an inch backwards, oh my god, her face will be looking dark. Yeah, can you notice that? Yes. So right now I'm blending her under eyes. You want to make sure you blend your under eyes seamlessly. You don't want any crease under the eyes. You also want to make sure that it goes all over beneath her eyes. You highlight it as much as possible, and also don't over blend, because there's something like over blending. You can over blend it, and at the end of the day you don't see the highlight you're trying to get. Yes, right now I'm carefully doing that and also blending everywhere together. So I'm using the part I use for my foundation to make sure everywhere is blended together and also highlighted. To set her face, I went into my Mirac setting powder in the shade ginger. Guys, this setting powder is discontinued. It is out of stock. It's not even out of stock, it is discontinued. A lot of people have been asking me where I got mine from, but they don't know that I had mine several years back. Is it several years? Let's say 2 years back, and I've been micing it. When I mean micing it seriously. But thank God I went for Layefa's masterclass last year, and I won, or I, out of the package that she gave us, I have, what's the name, Mirac in custard. So I had to go and bring that out to start mixing it with this, because honestly it was not finished, because when it finishes, where will I start from? Yeah, so right now I'm just powdering all over her face with a shade, and I'm using the Big Charm powder palette, and I jumped right into my bronzer, and I'm using the Alphaglam bronzer all over not all over our face, on places where I want to bronze. So guys, I use my bronzer as my contour. Yeah, so I prefer bronzer to contour because I feel like bronzer just gives a soft glow, also makes your face defined if you know what you are doing. Yes, and right now I'm going into my blush, and that is a V Beauty palette. It's almost finished, guys. God, I need to get new ones, but okay. Yeah, so I'm using the pink shade in it just to get this beautiful color on her cheeks, and you can see it fits perfectly. So you have to know what color fits your model or your client. Straight up, I'm trying to highlight her nose and also sculpt it so that I can get that pointed nose. Yeah, very essential, guys. And once I am done with this, I am dusting off the excess powder under her eyes. Then after this, I went into my mouth setting spray to make sure everything is set. Yeah, so I'll be using this to set the whole look and make sure that everything merge into each other. Yes, you want to make sure that all your looks don't look too powdery. People can see where there are demarcations, your foundation, your concealer. They can't see it essentially. So that's what the setting powder will do. And once I am done with this, I went into my setting powder again. I'm using this to just highlight and accentuate places where I highlighted earlier. Yes, so there are sometimes you just want to just add touch ups to what you've done earlier so that everything can still pop. So right now I went into my Bromatic brow gel. I'm using that to brush our brows and making sure that they are lying in place. Once I am done with this, I'll be jumping right into an eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, there's this Venge, yeah, if I'm correct, that is the eyeshadow primer I am using right now. And I'm using my fingers to make sure that it is blended in properly. You want to make sure that your eyeshadow primer is blended in properly because this can make or mar your eyeshadow, like your eyeshadow placement. So it's very important. Now I'm going into this my Annie's Beauty palette. I need a new one, guys. I need new products. Yeah, I'm sure you people are tired of seeing all these ones on my page, but I'm just this type of person that if I don't need it, I don't buy it. Yeah, so I'm using this color on our eyes, and you can see it is soft. Yeah, it is soft, is ranging between a little bit of purple and a little bit of lilac, just a mix of everything together. And once I am done with this, I am just trying to make sure that the sides are smoked out, and I'm using a dark brown. Yes, I wanted a soft look for this. And after this, I will be switching into traditional look, and I applied pigments. Guys, if you want to see that video, if you want to see how I transition this look to the traditional look, kindly drop your comment. If I don't see any comment, I'll just delete the video because really right now I want to do videos that you people will watch. Yeah, so I'm smoking the sides of her eyes with a black eyeshadow. You can see it is looking smoked, and I'm blending it. So you want to make sure that this is blended out properly. And after this, I'm smudging the under eyes. I just want a bit of darkness. I want that bit of smudge under the eyes, and you can see the effects. Yeah, just gives a very nice effect to the eyes. Yeah, right now I'm going into my brows. For the brows, I'm using my Eversheen pencil. I'm using that for my outline. That is a black pencil. So right now the game has changed. We use black pencil before we use brown pencils. Yeah, so I'm using this first to outline our brows. And like I said, I follow the natural pattern of my client's brows or my model's brows. Then once I am done filling the outline, I'm filling it with a brown pencil. That's my OG pencil, Davis pencil in shade 03. Yeah, I'm using that to fill it in, and you can see the effect. Yeah, this is what it gives you. Now concealing the under part of the brows, you just want to make sure that you're using a color that is really close to our skin shade. We don't do all those shocky under eyes highlighter and all that anymore. Yes, so your brows have to look natural and also pop out here, which is what we achieved here, if you can see. Then I went back into my eyeshadow brush to just blend out the edges so that everything would just marinate into each other. Like I always say, in makeup you want to make sure that everything comes together. You don't want demarcations. Demarcations is what will finish your work. But if your work is neat, no demarcations, but people will just like, oh, this exists, this is there, this is there, that's it. Now setting her under eyes and places where I highlighted, I'm using my Fenty powder. I'm using that under her eyes, on top of her her forehead, her chin, just places where I did my setting powder earlier. You want to press the powder in, dust off the excess powder. There's just a technique to that. And right now, just to further accentuate that under eyes, I'm going into my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm using this to just set it and also use it for my reverse contour. So as you can see, it's just giving, just to give that accentuated nice chin look. Yeah. And right now I'm using my Taylor eyeliner to just line her under eyes. Yes, you want to be careful with that. Then also line the top of her eyes. Yes, you also want to be careful with this process, because if you don't line your eyes properly, it can spoil the eyeshadow, which he almost did to mine, but thank God the devil did not prevail. Yeah, so I'm tight lining her eyes. I'm using the Avo eye pencil. Then once I am done with this, I'm also trying to just smoke the sides of the eyes that are outer V. So the eyeliner I used, just smoke it in a way that, okay, it's still showing that I lined it, but it's still looking smoked and nice. Yeah, when I am done with all these, I'm setting it again with my Morph setting spray. And now I'm going into a mascara. I'm using the Blossom mascara. This mascara is very nice, guys. This mascara is very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy 10 and keep it. Now I'm going into the Omarico lip pencil. I think it's in the shade Rich Brown. I'm using this to line our lips, just to make our lips look fuller and nice. Then line her under the bottom lip. Yeah, so basically lining, guys. And guys, I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. If you are, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. Right now I used my Stop Pro lip stain in Omo. Yeah, if I'm correct. Yes, and I'm blending it into each other, guys. You want to make sure you blend. You don't want the lines to show that, oh, this is the lining, this is the lip whatever, lipstick or lip stain. Yes, you want to make sure you are doing that. Right now I'm also using this beautiful lip gloss from So Pro. It is in vain. It has a bit of shine, glitz, shimmers in it, so I'm telling my model to blend it properly, smack her lips and blend it properly. Then I just used my brush to accentuate places where I want it to be. Then once I am done with this, I'm going into our eyelashes. You want to make sure that you pick the appropriate eyelashes for your model, something to just make sure the eyes pop. There are some lashes that you won't accentuate your look. So all these things are things you have to keep in mind while doing your makeup for clients. You have to make sure that everything accentuates their natural look. Yeah, now that I have done the lashes, I went to just pop a blush, just to make sure that there's a bit of shine in all those places. Yeah, you don't want our face to just look too pale, too powdery and all. Yeah, so right now I'm applying the highlighter a bit on her nose, on the sides of her face. Now going into my Norban highlighter in May, I'm using this to just accentuate those places that I earlier highlighted. Yes, so just a little goes a long way, don't need to do too much. And to finish up this look, I went into my finishing spray. And yes, guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, my model was looking so pretty. Yeah, so nice, so pretty, everything looking very good. And guys, you can see when I went closer to her, her face brightened up. Yeah, so I need to still work more on my lighting. Yes, and now that is it. And after this look, we decided to switch into a nice traditional look. I tied a gele. Yes, beautiful fine gele. Changed her lips, changed her eyes. And like I said, if you want to see a tutorial on this, kindly drop your comments. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you did, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. And guys, this is the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.